Boys and girls, and ladies and gentlemen, we gladly present to you Mr. Bill Packard, the Magic Man!
Thank you, Miss Barbara! Hola, bonjour, guten Tag! Ah, you hast him again. What? Do you know what I just said? I said hello in several different languages. Yeah, hola is hello in Spanish. Everybody say hola. Hola. French is bonjour. Bonjour. Very good. German, guten Tag. And you hast him again. Congratulations, you just said hello in Korean, I think. So we're going to travel around the world using our books and imagination to places where people speak in different languages. Can you guess how I learned to say hello in some different languages? I read a book. I did, right from the library. It's called Hello World. It's a great book. It's by Manja Stojic. It has illustrations of children from all over the world saying hello in their native languages. Boys and girls, say hello to everybody. Yeah, that's Cantonese.
Bonjour.
French.
Guten Tag.
German.
Yasu.
Greek.
Ciao.
Italian.
Konnichiwa.
Japanese.
Hola.
Spanish.
Hey.
And Swedish too. There are 43 different examples in the book. It's really cool. Everybody say hello to everybody else.
Assalamu alaikum. Ni hao. Bonjour. Ciao. Hola. Wa guten Tag. Konnichiwa. Hey. Namaste. Ni hao. Assalamu alaikum.
Now that we've become better acquainted, I need two people with good imaginations. We have an excited young man over here, raise his hand. We need a young lady over here, you can come join me too. Hi, I'm Bill, Colonel Bill Packard, the Magic Man. What's your name?
Patrick.
Patrick, hi Patrick, what's yours?
Briley.
Briley, hi Briley and Patrick. So you have good imagination?
Yes, sir.
Can you imagine that this is a purse? Can you see the purse? Say yes.
Yes.
Good, you have imagination, because imagination opens up a world of opportunity.
Whoa.
And by reading books, you can have the world in the palm of your hand. So let's get down to earth. If you rub it just right, funny things happen. Go ahead, give it a little rub. That's an excellent rub. Isn't that funny? Yeah. Oh, well, if you rub it this way, something happens that's out of this world.
Holy.
There's one for you, and one for you. So you hold it in your hand just like this, way up high, so you look like Atlas holding up the world. I'm going to count to 10. I'll need your help though, because I can't count very good. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You see, 10 is the magic number. It's used in the Dewey Decimal System. Now, tell you what, I'll hold one, and you hold this one, but hold it really tight. I'm going to try to steal your world and put it over here into my hand. Did you see it go? Did you feel it? I have them both. Look. What on earth just happened? Wow! You have the best of both worlds. How in the world did you do that? Oh dear, I better get the purse again. I carry an extra one, you know, in cases like this. Yeah. So I have one. How many do you have?
2.
Okay. 1, 2. Oh, both of these, don't let her get either one. She's sneaky. You can have this one too if you can catch it. Are you ready? Catch! Good catch! I think we better count those just to make sure. Uno, dos, tres. That's right, that's Spanish. I'll put this one in my pocket. Okay? So you can have those. Let's count them again. Yeah, right. Un, deux, trois. That's French. I'll put one in my pocket. You remember how many there were? Let's see. Eins, zwei, drei. That's German. I'll put this one in my pocket. Do you remember how many? There's so many you can't even hold them. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3. I'll put 1 in my pocket.
That was English.
That's English, that's right. How many does that leave in my hand?
3.
3 is a very good guess, but
0.
not very close. 0 is right! Good for you! Well, I think the world of my helpers, so as they come back down to earth, let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you, guys. Anybody collect anything? Are you collectors? What do you collect? Rocks, you collect rocks, yeah. What do you collect? Stars? Oh, how cool, yeah. What do you collect? Books. Oh, librarians like that one, right? I collect stamps from all... Yeah, ooh. Why did it have to be snakes? I collect stamps from all over the world. I have a good collection here. 100, 200, I don't know how many, quite a few. And now I have enough to put in a stamp album. I've never had a stamp album. Would you like to make one for me? Help me make one? Yeah! Oh, good. Okay, well, it's really easy. You just get a notebook, okay? And make sure you have enough pages for all of your stamps. If you have a lot of stamps, you're going to need a lot of pages. That's right. And you ought to put a cover on it too, something special. So wiggle your fingers, say the magic words, I love to read. Yeah. Okay, oh, nice cover. Thank you. You guys are good. It says Whole World Stamp Album. That's perfect. You guys are thinking. Let's see, we need to know where to put the stamps on the pages, though, because we want to make it really neat. So in your imagination, make little squares. Yeah, now blow them up this way. Oh, don't spit. I got them though. All the squares are here. You guys are great. Thank you so much for putting those in there. Now I know where to put the stamps. Well, it'll probably take too long to do them one at a time, so I'll tell you what, we'll just throw them in all at the same time. Yeah, there's my complete collection. Whoop, except one, which is okay. Give it a little shake, wiggle your fingers, say the magic words, I love to read. Ooh, that felt good. Oh, thank you. Every single page is covered neatly with stamps. You guys were great. Give yourselves a round of applause. Now, did you notice what's on stamps? Some of them have people, some of them have places, some of them have flags. Let me show you the flags.
Everyone to share one word. Let's go exploring. We'll discover culture every year.
Oh, cool. Those are some flags of some of the countries we're going to visit today. Do you know how flags say hello to each other? They just wave. That's right. Well, we're going to go around the world now. There are 195 countries in the world on 7 continents. Do you know the names of the 7 continents? Here's a clue. 6 of them begin and end with the same letter A. Isn't that amazing? Because we have North and South America. We also have Asia, Africa, Australia, Antarctica, and Europe begins and ends with E. Isn't that neat? So I wrote a song that will take us around the world to all 7 continents. Let's fire up the flying machine here and take a little trip. Oh yeah, you ready? Oh, there are 7 continents in all the world. Yes, there are 7 continents in all the world. 6 begin and end with A and 1 with E, but that's okay. Oh yes, there's 7 continents in all the world. Now there's a place to shout out the name of the continents, okay? The first one is Asia. We ask which continent's the largest, that's our quest. What is it? The Himalayan mountains peak with Everest. What? You see the wall from outer space and more than half the human race. The weather's different every place, now have you guessed? Okay, a little louder this time because we're going to Africa. Exotic animals, they here both large and small. Serengeti trips are really quite a haul. The river Nile flows a lot, Sahara desert's really hot. The Sphinx and pyramids they got, and that's not all. Oh, now you got it. Let's go to North America. The Mississippi River runs throughout the land. Liberty holds fire in her hand. The Rocky Mountains in a row is Canada and Mexico. Mexico, and don't forget the Alamo and Canyons Grand. Oh, that is great. Let's go down to South America. The Andes Mountains up and down along the coast. The Amazon has way more birds than most. The forest gets a lot of rain. The coffee business is insane, and Machu Picchu rules again if you're a ghost. That's right. Hey, let's go down to the South Pole, Antarctica. At South Pole, the temperature is really low. Half of the year is darker light, you never know. But only scientists go there. Don't think the penguins really fit here, cause if you look most everywhere, there's more lice and snow. I got it. Alright, let's go to Europe. Here you will find the Danube River and Big Ben. You need a wallet full of euros here to spend. In Spain and France and Italy, north of the Mediterranean Sea, the Loch Ness Monster you might see here once again. Yep, we got one more to go. Australia, this island continent surrounded by the seas. Koalas climb on eucalyptus trees. A boomerang you just can't lose. The barrier reef is in the news, and in the outback kangaroos and wallabies. Oh, there are 7 continents in all the world, yeah! 7 continents in all the world. We talked about Australia, North and South America, Asia, Europe, Africa, and don't forget Antarctica. Oh, there are 7 continents in all the world. Yeah, give yourselves a round of applause. Woo, well, that's an idea of where we could be going today, but right now we're going to some specific countries. We're going to leave Georgia. We're leaving the United States. We're leaving the continent North America to head across the Atlantic Ocean to Europe, where our first destination is a country called Spain. Hola, ¿cómo están? We are here in Spain to look at a book called Katie and the Spanish Princess by James Mayhew. I'll tell you the story. The story begins with Grandma helping Katie make a princess costume for her birthday party, which is scheduled for the next day. But the costume just doesn't look right. And so for inspiration, Grandma takes Katie to the gallery that features famous Spanish painters. While Katie admires the princess dress in the portrait of the Infanta Margarita, the princess in the painting comes to life and invites Katie into the drawing. Well, since Margarita is tired of behaving like a princess and Katie would like to dress up like one, they decide to swap clothes just for the fun of it. Then they jump out of the picture and romp through the gallery, interacting with people in some of the other paintings, including the famous Don Manuel Osteria de Zuniga, and the peasant boy leaning on a sill, and even the king himself, Philip IV of Spain, in brown and silver, who tells the girls they need to swap their clothes back again. Well, it was fun pretending to be each other for a little while, but Katie found it so difficult to play in Margarita's enormous princess dress, she tells her grandmother that for her birthday she doesn't want to be a princess anymore. She wants to be a pirate instead. Go figure. That's Katie and the Spanish Princess. Thank you. Some of those drawings look pretty real, didn't they? They came to life in someone's imagination. I bet I could draw a picture. Can't be too hard. All you need is something to draw on, something to draw with. I think I'll do a portrait. Let's see. Let's start with that. Okay. Pretty good, huh? I've been practicing. Yeah. Oh, okay. We'll give them eyes. Cute. Get a little. Yeah, there. Looks nice. A nose and a mouth. Oh, we'll give them ears. And hair. What do you think? Pretty cool, huh? I think that's pretty realistic. Oh yeah, in my imagination, he is realistic. Now you have to imagine it, okay? Can you imagine it? If you just think really hard, use your imagination, and you swear he was real. Right?
Hey, I'm talking to you.
You can talk?
Of course I can talk. I can sing too. La 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 la.
I just drew you.
They thought all you could draw was flies.
But you are just a drawing. Well, my name's Bill. What's yours?
My name is Mark. Get it? Hey, could you make my ears bigger? I can't hear too well.
What?
Take your marker and make my ears bigger.
Oh, like this?
Yeah, now that's more like it.
Okay. But you're just a big square.
Square? Not me. Watch this. Hit it. My name's Mark, and I am just amazing. The things I can do are really hair-raising. Watch me close, because I am really strange. You can use your magic marker and make me change. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Now, go ahead. Do something to me with that marker. I love it when you write on me. Go ahead. Write on. Write on. Ooh, nice disguise. Now this is more like it. Yeah, I can really see. Now all you people look bigger to me. Hey, what you doing? That kind of tickles me. Now I look like you, a chimpanzee.
Now, that's where I draw the line. Mark, you're going to have to go. Say goodbye.
No way.
No. Say goodbye. We are out of time for you.
I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, that's what you think.
Hey, what are you doing? I was just bored. Help, I'm losing weight. Hey, I can't hear anymore. Not my nose. Help, I've been framed. Get it? Framed?
I think we need to draw this to a conclusion.
I can take a hint. I'll go now. Bye-bye.
I guess that's why they call it a magic marker. Well, we're not staying in Spain any longer because we have many other places to visit today. So we're going to leave Spain now, head across the Mediterranean Sea to another European country, Italy. Now on the map, Italy is shaped something like a boot. Down in that toe section is an area called Calabria, which is our next destination. Ciao! We're here in Italy, where the average person eats 51 pounds of pasta every year. This next story has something to do with pasta. It's called Stregonona by Tomia de Paola. A long time ago, in Calabria, there lived an old lady named Stregonona, which means grandma witch. Stregonona had a magic touch. She could cure headaches. She made special potions for girls looking for husbands, and she was very good at getting rid of warts. But Stregonona was getting old, and she asked Big Anthony, who didn't always pay attention, if he could help out around the house. She said, Anthony, you must wash the dishes and sweep the floors. You must feed the goat and milk her. For this, I will give you a place to sleep and food to eat. But don't touch the pasta pot. Oh, see, yes, said Big Anthony. And so the days went by. Stregonona met with the people who came to her for headaches and husbands and warts. And Big Anthony did his chores. We had a place to sleep and food to eat. But one evening, while he was milking the goat, Anthony heard Stregonona singing. He peeked through the window and saw her standing over her pot. She sang, bubble, bubble, pasta pot, boil me some pasta nice and hot. I'm hungry and it's time to sup, boil enough pasta to fill me up. And the pot bubbled and boiled and was soon filled with steaming hot pasta. And then she sang, enough, enough, my pasta pot, I have my pasta nice and hot. Simmer down my pot of clay until I'm hungry another day. And the pot stopped boiling. Anthony said to himself, this is great, this is a magic pot for sure. Someday I will make it cook. Well, too bad for Big Anthony because he didn't see Stregonona blow 3 kisses at the magic pasta pot. Well, just 2 days later, Stregonona went across the mountain to another city to visit her friend. Before she left, she said, Anthony, you must sweep the floors and wash the dishes. You must feed the goat and milk her. And remember, don't touch the pasta pot. Oh, yes, yes, said Big Anthony. But inside, he was thinking, my chance has come. As soon as Stregonona was out of sight, Big Anthony went inside, took the pasta pot off the shelf, and put it on the floor. He sang, bubble, bubble, pasta pot, boil me some pasta nice and hot. I'm hungry and it's time to sup, boil enough pasta to fill me up. And sure enough, the pot began to bubble and boil and was soon filling up with pasta. Big Anthony was so excited he ran to the town square and he invited all the townspeople over to Stregonona's house for pasta. There was more than enough pasta for everyone, even those who came back for seconds because the magic pasta pot was never empty. As soon as everyone had had their fill, Anthony sang, enough, enough, my pasta pot, I have my pasta nice and hot. Simmer down my pot of clay until I'm hungry another day. But alas, he did not blow the 3 kisses, and the pot continued to bubble and boil, and soon pasta was just boiling out of the pot, flowing all over onto Stregonona's floor. There was pasta everywhere. He sang the magic words, but it did no good. There was more and more pasta coming all the time. He grabbed another pot and he put a lid on it and sat on top. But the pasta lifted the lid, and Big Anthony too. And if somebody hadn't grabbed poor Big Anthony, he would have been covered up with pasta. He sang the magic words, but without the 3 kisses, it did no good. By now, pasta was coming out of the windows and the doors, and it was heading down the road, and people were running to stay in front of it. They said, oh no, we're lost. Our town will be covered with pasta. And it certainly would have had Stregonona not come down the road back from her visit. She sang the magic words, threw the 3 kisses, and with a sputter, the pot stopped boiling and the pasta came to a halt. She said, Anthony, you must learn a lesson. But the punishment must fit the crime. So she picked up a fork and said, Anthony, you wanted pasta from my magic pasta pot? So start eating! And so he did. Poor Big Anthony. Now that's Italian. Well, we're moving on now to another continent. We're going to a country that's actually in 2 continents at the same time. It's so big. Part of it is in Europe, but most of it is in Asia. We are going to Russia. Boys and girls play with toys all over the world. One of the most common toys is dolls. There's a special doll in Russia called Matryoshka, which means little mother, because you can open it up, and inside there's another doll. And you open that up, there's another doll. And inside that one, there's another one, and so on. It's considered very valuable to the people who own them. Well, speaking of value, I have a gift for someone who would like to accept my gift. I need a young lady. Come join me, please. Hello. I'm Bill. What's your name? Ranny. Ranny. Hi, Ranny. Thanks for coming up. I have something of value for you. It's worth 25 cents. It's a quarter. And so that everyone will know that it belongs to you, I'd like you to put your initial or anything you like, a mark right on the quarter. Very good. R-E, I can see that. There's a couple of letters. You see that? Now, so that you will remember who gave it to you, I'm going to put my initial on the other side. B for Bill. Okay? So we have a quarter that has our initials on both sides. Okay? I'm going to give it to you after I tell you a story. Give her a round of applause as you go back and see, but we'll get back to you in a minute, okay? Yeah! It's called The Magic Nesting Doll by Jacqueline Ogborn. The pictures are gorgeous. You might want to watch the screen for some of this. Once upon a time, there lived a girl named Kachia who lived with her grandmother at the edge of the forest. The grandmother gave her a matryoshka, a nesting doll. She said it was magic, and if her need were great, she could open the doll and help would come. But she could only do so 3 times. Well, the old woman died, and Kachia took the nesting doll in her pocket as she went on a trip. During her travels, she learned that the prince had fallen under an evil spell that turned him into living ice. She thought the magic nesting doll might be able to break the spell, so she went to the palace, but the guards wouldn't let her in. She peeked through the window and saw a really handsome prince, frozen solid, laying on a velvet bed. The prince's uncle, who had cast the evil spell, spotted Kachia, called for his guards, and had her thrown into the dungeon. Oh, alone in the tiny cell, Kachia took the nesting doll out of her pocket and carefully opened the top half. Inside there was another figure, but there was also a bear that lifted his head and grew until he nearly filled the entire cell. She jumped on the bear's back, and with a great roar, he smashed down the dungeon door and took Kachia straight to the prince. The spell was not broken. The prince still slept, although he looked a little bit better. The guards came in, and this time they took Kachia and threw her down a deep ravine. She opened the doll for a second time, and inside there was another figure, but there was also a wolf who lifted his head and grew until his tail tickled Kachia's knees. She jumped on the wolf's back, and with a great howl, they jumped out of the pit and went straight to the prince. The prince still did not wake, although now there was a little bit of color to his cheek. Oh, the guards came in, and this time they took Kachia to the top of a mountain and left her there. She opened the doll for a 3rd time, and inside there was another figure, but there was also a tiny bird the color of flame, which spread her wings and with a fiery swirl flew down to Kachia's side. She jumped on the bird's back, and as they swooped through the air going, "Ah!" they went straight to the prince. The prince was now restored, but he still did not wake. The uncle stood beside him, completely still, because now he had been turned into living ice. Kachia thought she had no more magic to give the prince, so she bent over and kissed him. Crash! The uncle toppled over and smashed into 1,000 pieces, and the prince awoke and said, "Oh, it's you! I dreamt that a beautiful girl came to see me, and you're real." And guess what? Kachia and the prince were married. Most happily, of course. And Kachia always remembered how valuable her nesting dolls were. Would you come join me again? You'll notice she did not open the doll another time. Perhaps you would like to do that. Yeah, what's inside?
Another doll.
It's another doll. That's right. Go ahead, open that. It's another doll. Oh, thank you. What's inside that? What is that? Oh, it's a quarter. It has a B on that side. Here, open out your hand. Let's see what's on the other side. There it is. There's there's R-E on that side. Why, that is your quarter, isn't it? Since it was inside the magic nesting doll the whole time, perhaps it will help you find your Prince Charming too. I hope so. Give her a big round of applause. Thank you. Another Asian country. Heading east into the Pacific Ocean, we're now going to visit Japan, where I have chosen Under the Cherry Blossom Tree. This is a story about a crotchety old Japanese man who hates everybody. One day, he was eating a bowl of cherries and accidentally swallowed a cherry pit. Yeah, not long after, a cherry tree started to grow out of the top of his head. And the cherry tree grew and grew until it became as big as cherry trees get, maybe bigger. So what happened to the cherry tree and what happened to the old Japanese man has become a Japanese joke. You'll have to read the book, though, to find out why it's so funny. Heading back to the mainland now. Where I've chosen Tiki Tiki Tembo. The story tells us that in ancient China, it was the custom to name your firstborn son with a very long, honorable name, and everyone else with short names. So one day, Tiki Tiki Tembo no Sa Rembo, Cherry Berry, Ruchi Pit Peri Pembo, and his younger brother Chang were playing around the well, and Chang fell in. The older brother ran to the old man with a ladder and said, "Old man with a ladder, Chang fell in the well. Please come help." The old man with the ladder came with the ladder. He got Chang out and Chang was okay. I don't think the boys learned their lesson though, because not long after that, they were playing around the well again. And this time, Tiki Tiki Tembo no Sa Rembo, Cherry Berry Ruchi Peri Pembo fell in. Chang ran to the old man with the ladder and said, "Old man with the ladder!" And by the time he was able to tell him that Tiki Tiki Tembo no Sa Rembo, Cherry Berry Ruchi Pit Peri Pembo had fallen in the well, it was too late. Tiki Tiki Tembo no Sa Rembo, Cherry Berry Ruchi Pit Peri Pembo got kind of sick. Well, ever since then, the Chinese have named all of their children with short little names instead of long great ones. Tiki Tiki Tembo. Oh, let's go to another Asian country. We're heading a little bit south now, over to India, where we're going to look at a book called Once a Mouse by Marcia Brown. It's a very short story. I'll tell you the whole story. One day, a hermit sat thinking about big and little. Suddenly, he spotted a mouse about to be snatched up by a crow. He hurried to help the little creature, and snatching him out of the crow's greedy beak, he carried him off to his hut in the forest, where he comforted him with milk and grains of rice. But look, a cat came to the hut with whiskers straight and tail held high. Fortunately, the hermit was mighty with magic as well as with prayer, and sensing the danger for his little pet, he turned him into a stout cat. That night, a dog barked in the forest. Poor puss ran to hide under the bed. The hermit wasted no time thinking about big and little, and he turned the cat into a big dog. Not long after, a hungry tiger was prowling through the forest and pounced on the dog. Fortunately, the hermit was nearby, and with a great gesture, he turned the dog into a handsome royal tiger. And now imagine the pride of that tiger. All day long he peacocked about the forest, lording it over the other animals. The hermit missed nothing of all this and chided the beast. He said, "Without me, you would still be a wretched little mouse. That is, if you were still alive. There is no need to give yourself such airs." The tiger felt humiliated. He had forgotten all the good that the hermit had done for him. He told to himself, "No one's going to tell me I was once a mouse. I will kill him." The hermit read his mind and said, "You are ungrateful. Go to the forest and be a mouse again." And so the tiger turned back into a frightened, humble little mouse that scurried off into the forest and was never seen again. And the hermit sat thinking about big and little. That's Once a Mouse. Speaking of animals from India, I have a pet from India. Would you like to see him? He's not a mouse, he's not a cat, he's not a dog, he's not a tiger. He is a king cobra, my pet. Let's see how he's doing. Oh no. Just kidding. He's right here. His name is Fred. Hello, Fred. Fred, hello. Fred, you okay? Fred, come here.
Is he a big squeak?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh boy, does he get mad when you try to wake him up? Sorry. Okay. Well, I've tried to teach him a trick, so I need somebody who's not afraid of snakes. Okay, how about the young boy with to place me home, the word home on your t-shirt there. Check it out. Yeah, that's it. Come on up here. Hi, I'm Colonel Bill Packard. No place like home. I got you now. What's your name? Blaine? Hi, Blaine. Thanks for coming up. This is a good spot. You don't want to get too close to Fred, okay? He gets mad when you wake him up, which we'll have to do in a moment. Now, Blaine, we're going to do a card trick with Fred. We talked about animals from India. These are animals from all over the world, Blaine. There's ants, walrus, butterfly, deer, grasshopper, koalas. There's all kinds of stuff here. So take out anyone you like there, Blaine. Just pull one out. One on top. That's cool. And you got ants. Okay. Now, put your name right across the face of that card. Really big, or a big initial. Anything you like. Make a big mark. All right. That's great. Yeah, you get a ball. The whole word Blaine. Show everybody what you just did there. You got ants with Blaine all over it. Where's that Blaine with ants all over it? Yeah. And we're going to have Fred try to find your card, but we have to hide it first. So hide it somewhere among the other cards facing the same direction as those. Yep. And we're going to have Fred try to find your card. It's not as hard as it sounds. Fred can't see very well, but he does have a very good sense of smell. And you just put some fresh ink on a card. I think he can sniff it out. We'll see. We'll put the cards right here where everybody can see. And now we need to wake Fred up. Okay. We'll use the traditional Indian method. Let me try another song. Oh, that didn't work either. I don't think he wants to play. I'm sorry, Blaine. What do we do? I don't want to touch the cards. That wouldn't be fair. Tell you what, Blaine, you pick up the cards. I'll try to find your card in some magical way. Oh! Did you see that? Fred jumped out of the basket, rummaged through the cards, and even knocked the thing over. But Blaine, look! He picked up one card. One card in his mouth. There's no way. Blaine, is this your card? The very same one. Answer Blaine all over it. That's for you, the free soup video. Give him a round of applause for being brave. And let's give Fred a hand too, because he doesn't have one. Thank you, Blaine. Thank you. Now, during my research for this show, I came across a book called Around the World in 80 Tales. I had to get it because the name of my show, I already titled Around the World in 40 Minutes. Well, I read every single story. They're all great, from all over the world, 80 of them. There's one from Australia called Boomerang. It's a very short story, it's less than a page. But if you read that story, you'll learn why lizards have prickly backs and cockatoos have a big tuft on the top of their head. I'll give you a clue. It has something to do how somebody threw a boomerang the wrong way. That's Boomerang from Around the World in 80 Tales. Oh, we're running out of time. So let's get in the flying machine and take a quick flyby to a couple of other continents we didn't have time to get to. Let's turn this thing back on. Say hello to everybody in Africa. We're just flying by. Yeah. Oh, that's South America. Say hello to everybody in South America. Yeah, because we are heading back to North America. Not quite to Georgia. We have a special stop along the way in Pennsylvania, where I'd like to tell you the story of our American flag. In May of 1776, before the United States was a country, three important gentlemen met with a young lady in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Her name was Betsy Ross. She was 24 years old and a seamstress. One of the men was none other than General George Washington, who just 2 months later became the first president of the United States. They came to Betsy to see if she could sew a new flag for the new nation. They showed her a rough drawing of the flag featuring 13 red and white stripes symbolizing the 13 colonies at that time, as well as 13 stars on a blue background. Betsy noticed that the stars in the drawing had 6 points on them, and she said, "Wouldn't it look better with 5 points instead?" And Washington said, "Oh no, we wouldn't want to make it too difficult for you to sew." Well, Betsy picked up a piece of paper, folded it 7 times, and carefully made a single cut with her scissors. When she opened the paper, she had a perfect 5-pointed star. And she got the job to sew the red, white, and blue. Red stands for the blood shed for our country. White stands for purity, and blue for valor. Now, of course, you need all 3 colors if you want to make a flag that's red, white, and blue, right? And that's what it looks like. What? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, dear. Okay. We'll use all 3 colors. That's what we need. So that's what it looks like right there. Oh dear. Okay, help me out. Red and white, we've got those. Those are good. And this one is blue, okay. And we'll put that in there. Did I get all the colors in? Yeah! Okay. So we have a red, white, here's, yes. Blue, red and white, blue flag, that's the flag of the United States of,
America!
Oh, wait. This way?
You missed it.
Like this. Oh, this is embarrassing. Oh, dear. Well, I guess I should just finish the story. It's been 200 years since Betsy sewed the first flag of the United States of America. Today, 300 million people live in 50 United States, whose flag stands for freedom and liberty and justice for all, regardless of race, gender, age, religion, or national origin. So with a special thank you to the men and women of our armed services, we pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America! as this. Okay, it's a free country. Thank you for watching Around the World in 40 minutes. I hope you had some fun and learned something along the way. I hope you check out some of the books I talked about. I have a list for everyone to go home with those books on them, and I also have a gift for every one of you. Thank you so much for watching.
One world with many stories. One world with tales from many lands. One world, let's go exploring our entire planet holding hands. One world with many stories. One world for everyone to share. One world, let's go exploring. We'll discover culture everywhere. Reaching out and showing the